What's up, guys? So I'm actually exporting my vlog from yesterday because I'm tired of how shitty the Fortnite uploads look, and I'm hoping that I fix the settings inside the program I'm using, because when I preview the clips in the program, it doesn't look like shit, but it does when I export it. Like, the frame rate is completely choppy, can't see fucking anything. So hopefully this will be better and not worse, because I stupidly overwrote the original one. So if this is worse, I'll have to re-export it again like a dumbass. But I'm supposed to be talking about Westworld, and I was thinking about it before I recorded this, just trying to get my thoughts together for, how I wanted to talk about the Westworld episode 3. And I realized, kind of like how I said in the other vlog, how basically it felt very basic. Like, the storylines this season have felt very like I understand them, like there's not too many questions I'm asking. I feel like this episode was fairly straightforward. A lot of the questions I have to ask are more constructively of how they're doing the narrative, and hoping that they make sense. Like, for instance, Dolores, her whole ideology seems to be jumping the shark with this episode. And before I get any further, spoilers ahead. And I'll say it one more time, just in case. Spoilers ahead. So, like, when Dolores is at the town and she gets all the Confederados, she says her name is Wyatt. I would presume that this is to sort of get the commander, like, oh shit, this, like, you're Wyatt. And kind of, because that name, it means something to the hosts. But also makes me wonder if the whole, like, Dolores is actually just fucking following a code that's Wyatt. She's just still being programmed. She hasn't actually obtained sentience yet. If that theory is going to follow through, in which case that would be kind of lame in my opinion. But, like, Dolores kills all the Confederados at the end. She has, like, her new, like, BDSM, like, mask people kill them. And I thought that was strange, because if Dolores has attained sentience and she knows that hosts are just robots that serve the will of people, right? And as we saw with Hector, he's not in love with Isabel anymore. I think that was her name, Isabel. Maybe. Hector's not in love with who he was programmed to be in love with. He's now, like, fallen in love with Maeve. And the scenario writer guy, I can't ever remember that dude's name. He is like, wait a second, what? This is impossible. And so it seems like once they sort of get brought back, they have, like, this almost like this aha moment, right? And so where they're kind of able to decide some things, but then Hector starts to go off on a monologue, and of course the dude is, like, reciting it because he fucking wrote it. And it's like, I'm confused, because Dolores should know this. Dolores has brought people back. Why would she sacrifice all these people and make, like, this, like, it was almost like she made a sweeping judgment, like, you're not good enough, to make it to glory. And it's like, wait a second, they're all fucking robots. They're all robots. That they've all been programmed to be good or bad. You're just wasting bodies? Like, at first I thought it was like a ploy, right? She puts them all in there and she kills them all. So then, like, the humans think that the humans that came in the back have them surrounded, and then they start to come closer so that they can blow up, the, like, stuff underneath the ground, and then they can, win the battle. It was like a necessary thing. But, like, then Dolores is like, kill all these people, and Teddy's like, y'all go, whatever. And then we see in the next week's preview that guy actually meets the Man in Black. And it's like, I guess it sets up some conflict between Teddy and Dolores, which kind of makes sense, but, like, I don't know. I just thought that was, like, really fucking stupid. Like, it doesn't make any sense for her to be like this, I'm gonna save everyone, we're gonna dominate the world, and then just, like, kill 100 robots or 100 hosts. But yeah, that was kind of, like, really, like, jarring to me. Like, my main complaint. There are some other things where, like, the hosts are talking about things that, like, they shouldn't have any concept of. Like, for instance, Hector goes, she has a dragon when she has a flamethrower, and it's like, why would someone in the Wild West know what a dragon is? That's kind of weird. I thought it was cool to see another park at the beginning with the cold open. And what was really interesting is so they were, on the, she was like, you have to prove to me that you're not a host. And so she shoots the guy, and I was like, oh shit, they just changed the guns. Like, she's gonna kill this guy. And then, he ended up dying like 10 minutes later when the host killed him. And I was like, okay, that was a good fake out. I was like, that was good. Because I thought for sure, I was like, oh shit, they're setting this up to like this woman like freaks out because she just killed somebody. And then we figure out how the tiger gets in there. And then, of course, she actually gets abducted by the Ghost Nation people. So I was like, okay, so that's cool. I wish they would have said the name of that so I could. Is like India World, is a British colony world, like Safari World. Because there's already an SW, which is Shogun World, which they've confirmed, which was also at the end of this episode, which was pretty cool, I thought. I also thought it was interesting that all the parks are like connected, because they straight ran out of the rainforest, went down a ravine, and were suddenly in the Grand Canyon. So this island or whatever that they exist on is like, the most climate diverse island in the universe, which is also kind of fucking lame. Like in the original book and in the movies, these were real planets, right? That's why it was called World. And you had to like travel in space to get there. And I think that's a much more interesting conceit than it's an island off mainland China. Like, that's fucking stupid. But yeah, like I said, I hope that the next episode is interesting. And I think that being able to see more of Samurai World and Maeve on her quest will be interesting. I want to focus more on that storyline and the Man in Black storyline, honestly. The fucking Dolores storyline is honestly kind of boring. So yeah, those are my thoughts. As always, if you like those, let me know in the comments down below. If you have your own thoughts, leave those in the comments down below too, and I'll respond to them. I am going to wait for this to finish exporting because it's taking an inordinate amount of time. And then I'm going to head to bed, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.